Hello there, and welcome back to England, or, well, guess the correct term would be Great Britain in this case. We are going to continue with what we have been doing. We will be doing some colonize. We'll probably find both Portugal and Castile. Portugal has left themselves pretty damn vulnerable thanks to the fact they left the coalition. But what we really just have to wait for here is to get our diplomat back, and I think that's actually it. We're going to declare war on Portugal. Also, a little bit of a funny note here. It does actually look like Portugal hasn't colonized at all. So, taking them out might be a little redundant, or, they actually have. I found you! Traitorous cur. And I found another one. So, they have actually been colonizing, otherwise been a pain in my arse, but we'll deal with that. Hopefully. I need my ships. We'll send them home. And we're going to use them, probably just use mercenary troops. I believe that would be the simplest thing to do. So, I'll prepare a mercenary army, and then we'll send it down south, and then we'll declare war. I guess that's the best plan, really, here. Otherwise, I kind of have a feeling that I've been kind of become less and less focused on gameplay, the focus on doing the challenges and things like that in my last couple of episodes. Or it's actually going on for a while, so I'm going to try and get back to that, try and focus more on solely the gameplay, I guess you could say. And hopefully we can, I can get back to that, stop chit-chatting. I'm a little bit unsure, I might actually start playing something casual like Sims, Minecraft, something along those lines. Just to wind out a little bit of talking. We'll have to see what that goes. But once again, dragging things over to what I shouldn't. We should be focusing on the gameplay rather than anything else. Portugal back in the coalition, not really a problem per se. Can easily be dealt with. But other than that, we'll, as I said, just continue with what we've been doing. We will most likely declare war on Portugal. I just need to get my my newly created mercenary army up and running, and then we'll send that one. We'll send that one south to the Portuguese island. And this also tells me that I should probably start considering colonizing Africa soon. Damn, this is a long autosave. As you can see, or as you could see before the screen changed, we are getting closer to St. Helena. And once this ship actually is there, we are going to declare war, because I'm pretty sure these ships won't actually make it back to harbour. Potentially. Seeing that it actually went down 3%, means they probably will. There is a little bit of a problem here. Burgundy and Portugal are part of the coalition, but they're allied with Castile and Aragon, which means they will also join in. I can then make peace with those, but the problem is, of course, Burgundy here. Will the French be able to handle all of this on their own? I am kind of doubtful. If we take a quick look here on the military army-wise, Burgundy has 27,000 men. That's one of the stacks that the French has. Aragon only has 4,000 though, so it's not horrible. And Castile only has 11,000, so potentially then they should be able to deal with that. I might have to move my my big army here. My big mercenary army, not really my big army, but you catch my drift. We might have to move that one south and rely on these these armies to keep in check the conversions, which shouldn't actually be a problem, to be perfectly honest. But it depends if I can actually sneak the armies in or not. For now, however, we'll go ahead here and declare war. Austria and Milan is actually likely to join in, so why not? If Austria can actually kill or kick Burgundy's arms for me, that's brilliant. Haven't I probably got a claim on their province yet? No. How far am I away? Only 69%. Well, it doesn't matter. Show superiority. It kind of works. So we'll go ahead here, we'll call in Austria and Milan too. And hopefully here, we'll be able to crush them. I should probably have realized already that the only reason why Austria and Milan would actually join in was simply due to the fact that Burgundy became war leader. Burgundy can call in, well, not actually any powerful people. Brittany, if they actually call in Brittany, I'm going to take this promise just for the solely purpose of being able to vassalize them in the next war. And as you noted, I actually forgot to tell you, but I'm allied and we're married with Milan now. Yes, we are friendly with each other. I kind of need another ally, especially once I integrate France here, so having both Milan and Austria guarantees that I have power on the continent, and also it more or less guarantees that I can move overseas and still be relatively safe. And with the alliance with Austria, I can also do a couple of other things when it comes to the Roman Empire. For instance, if I wanted to right now, I could declare war on Trier, and the other electors, and Austria couldn't actually join the wars. They would just have to rely on their allies, which in this case is only Würzburg, so it could be a very easy way to get some quick annexations done. We'll have to consider that for future use. But right now we are going after the island here, more than anything else, and that shouldn't actually be a problem. The only problem with flaw with my plan here is apparently that I couldn't improve relations with Brittany. Once again, that's actually a do I want to Chesapeake Bay? Well, we'll go for that one. We'll become the strongest trade power in Chesapeake Bay. Shouldn't actually be a problem. I only have to construct a fleet, which I do not have. It will take a military idea, though. As you can see there, we are pretty damn far to the tech, if you consider tech's 9 years. And with that, we're taking that new defensive idea. Engineer Corps, leader siege +1. Should be fairly helpful. Do I want to take an upgrade in diplomatic tech? I think I do. We have to take it sooner or later, and we do definitely need a new and better fleet. So we have advanced diplomatic attack here to level 8. Trade range increased by 10. Can now build dry docks and trade depots, which could probably be useful. But per my, I guess I should call it my philosophy or my method of playing the game, it's rather doubtful that something like that will happen, fortunately. But I'll just continue the war here with Portugal, Burgundy, Castile, Aragon, Hungary, and Brittany. And to be perfectly honest, again, I honestly don't expect get any opposition. As you can see, I did take the idea for a little bit of inflation, and the reason for that is actually fairly simple. If you can get 50 points for 0.5 inflation, it means that you get 200 points for, well, 2 points of inflation, and it costs 75 to reduce. So you should always take 50 unless you really need your stuff here. And apparently we're already losing to Burgundy, which is kind of kind of horrifying. The fact that Hungary joined in here has definitely put a damper on my plans. I need them to be brutal and murderous against Hungary for the simple reason that I need to get them out this fast. Hungary doesn't have anything at all that I want. The only thing I potentially could want here is Croatia, but why would I? Really, why would I? It would give me a nice little, I guess I should call it, base to start fighting the Ottomans. But again, really, why would I want this? Potentially, I could also then go after Serbia and grow power in this area. But again, it's not something that I value too highly. But it could change in the future. We'll figure that one out. For now, however, in this war, I will, as I said, most likely not take anything. Of course, that could change again. If the French manage to siege a Croatian province, I might just take it for the sake of having a Croatian province that I can then, well, grow, so to speak. I can have a lot more vassals, so I might actually go after Naples, try and release Sicily, Genoa, smaller nations basically, Crete, Tunisia. I don't really want to take too much land in Africa yet until I can actually establish a land border, which will be snaky as hell. But that's not the case. Now I'm getting off rambling again about things that might or might not happen. But for the time being, we'll just allow, I think, mostly that is my vassals to fight these wars, and hopefully I'll deploy my mercenary unit. But that's also, I should put this, that is the extent that I will involve myself into the war. I'll use my mercenary units to fight. That's probably going to be it, to be perfectly honest. I can't really imagine that I'll put too much effort into this. We'll see how it goes. As you can see, the war is going fairly well. We have 48% victory. The only issue with this war is, of course, that the Portuguese and Castilian forces are more or less fine. There's a lot of sieging going on where I don't really want the sieging to be going on, which is, of course, Hungary, well, Burgundy to some degree, and, of course, the fact that no sieging and no battles are happening over here. I can almost make peace here with Hungary now, so we'll just await that one. Armor, they're not actually willing to hand it over yet, but we'll force them to do that. I do want to promise just so that I can actually go for full vassalization, or yeah, full vassalization. What am I even talking about? I want to vassalize them later. That's the basic plan that I am currently evilly plotting, I guess. Well, once again, that's also something I'll consider. But I'll use these mercenary armies to end the war with Brittany first, so I can actually start acquiring during the war. I believe I can. I don't see any reason why I shouldn't be able to. no, can't come up with any reason whatsoever. We have also won the siege of the island, so we're going to send our ships there. I'm not going to bother with taking the next tech. It's admin tech that I can take. We're not going to be taking that in case, of course, we take the Portuguese provinces. And suddenly, wow, you can't do anything. You don't have the requisite to actually pull anything off here. So this Nova Seas is definitely an annoying factor, but not really much I can do about that. The only way to solve that would be to conquer all the way over here. And I believe I actually might have to move my capital over to the mainland too. I don't think so though. Could be fine. So I guess Otto York is doing a good job since they actually want him, so we'll allow them to keep him. That's kind of a negative thing with the colonial nation. The only negative thing I might add right now. Of course, you don't have to handle the colonial nation yourselves. You still get a bit of cash. The only thing is that if you wanted to stay yours, you kind of have to. I guess I'll agree to these terms. I don't have any forces here, so Croatia isn't. Once again, it's not. It wasn't originally a potential plan. To be perfectly honest, it was just a. It was a long shot if things went my way. That's really all it was. But it would have been hilarious if I actually pulled that off. For now, however, we will probably now have some help from Austria here with sieging Burgundy, which is great. I will probably move the 2 units here up to London in an effort to actually siege that so I can release Flanders myself. Other than that, we'll once again we'll just wait. We'll allow France, and to some degree, I think. Well, I think in this case we might actually have to sacrifice a little bit in order to try and get legitimacy back up. That should be fine. We will also go ahead and make a deal with Brittany. But as I was saying here, I will leave most of the fighting, again, over to, or in the hands of, I guess I should say, the French and Austria. That should be perfectly. It should be perfectly alright, really. I don't really want to sacrifice my mercenary armies, but I will be sieging the lands that I want myself. Wow, that's expensive. Well, I'll get 3 others for free, so I guess it's fine. Not really too much I can do about that. We will, as I said, siege London, and then I think I'll march my army south. So, kind of need to siege Brittany quickly here if we want to get the results we want. Once again, we have taken a military idea here since, well, we're still quite far away, and it's better to use it on that. The only thing we get are a little bit better cannons, but let's face it, some of these things are nice to have, but the discipline bonus, I value that higher. That's kind of why I took the next idea. 10% discipline from the English ideas is great. We also get maintenance modifier for the land units, minus 10%, which is also great. And other than that, the war is more or less going as one would expect. We have the unified French Milanese forces here causing havoc and destruction, more or less. And other than that, things are actually looking pretty damn good. I can also most likely here in the future get vassalization on either Friesland. Most likely I'll be able to vassalize Friesland outright here, I think. Almost. And with that, things are actually definitely looking good. I'm also currently working for peacefully vassalizing Hainaut and annexing them. And that is mostly, I think, how I will be going through Europe. By peacefully vassalizing and annexing, I might fight people just to take one of their provinces, things like that. But all in all, I'll mostly just be screwing people over, I think. Especially once I get to Hansa, we'll have some fighting there. But more often than not, I will be able to just peacefully vassalize my way through the north coast here. Of course, I was about to say the exception is probably Norway, but I can actually vassalize them now, so that is exactly what we're going to do. Of course, being able to peacefully vassalize Norway will also give me a couple of other benefits, among them the fact that I can then fight Sweden, take back Norwegian provinces for more or less free, and that's of course wonderful. Let's see here, if we check, what do we actually have now? Of course, it's quite a bit, even though Finnmark has fallen out of their grasp. I believe Norway actually owned this. I can always take it and then hand it back to them, which is great. It means that I have mostly control here. And we'll get a border with Russia, though, which can actually turn out to be dangerous, but it will be fine. So what I think we'll do now is actually fight for the provinces here, and then I will slowly but surely make a move with Norway. The same way that I'm currently making on Hainaut, and hopefully here we can get both of them vassalized in a peaceful manner, and thus expand our, well, I guess I should say empire, in a more peaceful way. Once again, I'll just leave the fighting to the muscle. France, Milan, and Austria. And we'll see what result we get. Austria pieced their way out of the war with White PC with Burgundy. Once again, it's not a real problem. It's just 10,000 people right now in the war on the other side. I would have been tempted to actually try and piece out someone, but I haven't actually gotten my goals here at all, which is a little bit problematic, especially considering I now have a call for peace. So I think what I'm actually going to have to do here is send one army down here to, well, enforce my terms, more or less, and hopefully get some sieges going, more or less. That's definitely going to be the goal. I am going to get some sieges going. That will be what I will bring in these armies in for. I'll be splitting them into 2,000 men units, or 4,000, I think, since we actually do have, to some degree, a numerous enemy. They do still have 10,000 men left. Goal, of course, would be first and foremost re-sieging, but secondary will be to take the Portuguese province, and also the provinces that I want from Castile here. We'll see how this plan goes. I am also currently training some more, well, mercenaries, for the simple reason that one of the sieged islands have, one of the islands that siege has ended up getting peasant rebel. Of all things they could get, they got peasant rebels. So, have to deal with that. I don't think Portugal has any money to colonize anything right now. At least that's what I'm hoping. But, we'll see. For now, I will, however, try and siege at Lisbon. And this will probably take most of the budget. I have no idea if I can actually take anything else when it comes to the peace. But we'll definitely try. And I'll probably also take both Breda, Sealand, and London here. That'll give me 3 new vassals. And also more or less set me on the limit of how many vassals I can have. But I'll have Brabant, I'll have Holland, and I'll have Flanders, which means that most of the area here then will be mostly taken, which means the sea here will be nice. And I can also then most likely, after I annex my vassals here, go after Friesland, East Frisia, Oldenburg. The only problem, of course, is that the modified integrating member of Holy Roman Empire, that should be fine. The Swedes are currently picking on Danes, which also could potentially be a problem, especially if they get too big. But it could also be great, considering that if I do get Holstein and Denmark is gone, I can then use Holstein as a new Denmark, and that would be wonderful. But we'll consider that next time. Once again, I'm planning ahead without really knowing how things will play out. I have a few scenarios that I will see as likely, but we'll continue next time and see how it goes. Thank you for watching. Please have a comment, praise, criticism, anything you feel like. And hopefully, I'll see you around next time. Bye.